After 27 long years and 2 previous exhibitions, the main event that every die-hard barracuda's been craving for has finally returned. State of Origin. This Saturday, the mighty Sandgropers will don the Black Swan and make their long-awaited return after nearly 3 decades and face off against the historically dominant Big V, led by superstar and umpire's preferred vote-getter Patrick Cripps, who looks to cruise his way to yet another non-premiership medallion as he comes face-to-face with prolific non-Charlie medal gatherer Marcus Bontempelli, as both will fight to claim the best individual resume that doesn't include more than 1 premiership. These 2 captains will take their orders from their respective sergeants at the helm. For WA, one of the greatest Western Australian footballers in the history of our great game, and a man that is truly the life of the party, Dean Cox. After his powerful outing at the Sydney Ashes Test, he'll look to head off from the grandstand and back into the coach's box, where he'll constantly itch and twitch like he's been withdrawn from his frothy darts for 2 hours, like the West Coast legend he is. For Victoria, the honour goes to none other than one of the winningest players turned coaches in recent memory, one who wears pride and consistency on his jumper alongside his many premiership medals, Chris Scott. With such pride as being a glorified sniper and provoking many defenceless foes, as well as consistency in the form of riding alongside a dominant 3-beat Brisbane side and taking over a Geelong premiership side so dominant that even Matthew Knights won a flag as an assistant coach. But he doesn't just provide consistency in wins, he also provides consistency in taking players out of position at the worst possible time and dropping in or subbing out ruckmen in crucial games. Decisions that'll make a premiership ruckman like Coxie seethe and spew, even though he too has been guilty of the same heinous crimes in his early coaching tenure, which, like Scott, he also took over a multiple grand final side. Victoria may be firm favourites, with many punters confident in the Big V, but expect the WA punters to get behind their underdog mob without a second thought, as both sides will have an arsenal filled with some of the best players that the game has to offer, albeit with some questionable criteria to say the least. Like South Australian-born Cozzy Pickett, representing the West due to a portion of his childhood where he grew up 166 kilometres east of Perth before returning back to South Australia in his junior footy years. While Brisbane Parapet golden child Will Ashcroft, who relocated to Sandringham at age 14 and made a captain Vic Metro, proclaimed he was very pissed that he wasn't selected. Although in all fairness, the Sandgropers need all the exceptions they can get. Exceptions such as bringing in Liam Baker to replace Brendan Starcevich, who suffered yet another injury. On the other side, reigning common medalist Jeremy Cameron has been withdrawn as he could not outriddle the literal scars from last year's grand final, and the man who kept that visibly hurt spearhead out on the ground will now have to bring in the other 70-goal kicker into the frame. A man who partially knew how to show up in the West on the big stage, Ben King. On the bright side, Scott won't have to deal with any potential chastising if Sam Darcy for any reason plays 1 minute in the ruck during a stoppage in their forward 50, as commentator Kane Corns will simply find a way to blame Luke Beveridge for it. Tickets are sold out as the Perth crowd will look to create the loudest and most hostile environment to provoke their equally loud and hostile Southerner visitors, as both will try to outdo each other, not only in cheers and chants, but also through parading around their overly priced GLG jumpers that many bandwagons will order online without thinking. Tune in at 7:40 for one of the few free-to-air Saturday coverages because of an unpopular broadcast deal that benefits no one but the suits at AFL headquarters, and bear witness to an event that the league keeps disbanding. As they spectate, the Barrackers will hope that the players play with the same brute and spirit as many Origin matches of old and be the furthest thing away from the absolute piss fartery of AFLX, as the AFL will look to benefit from this marquee extravaganza by any means necessary. Will the game be a mammoth success and allow the AFL to pat themselves on the back for bringing back an old concept they took away? Or will it fail and allow the AFL to disband it yet again and pat themselves on the back for preaching and lecturing about the importance of player safety? Tune in and find out. Western Australia versus Victoria in State of Origin on 7.